Hello. So I had a client call me yesterday, and she has been experiencing a whole plethora of wonderful, some wonderful, some confusing, some new, wondrous sensations, and taking control of her mental body and her frequency, which is incredible. Yeah, I'm so proud of her. But anyways, she had called and she had some questions about my gifts and abilities and what I do. And I had explained to her what I do is I channel gifts and abilities of others. I amplify like a vessel that sound, and then send it back out and break through stagnation, blocks, debris, veils, so that people can step into who they are. Now, we all do this. I'm in different ways. My unique abilities and gifts are something my soul had set me up and walked me into. And the unlocking of that was a very intense personal experience for me that left me with a very deep sense of awareness and unity, and the ability to see through a lot of hidden. There's a lot of things we hide from each other and we hide from ourselves. Not only our own unique gifts and abilities, our motives. And pure motives don't require justification. Truth doesn't require a defense. If you keep having to mount a defense, if you keep having to who and what we are is stepping forward. What is stepping forward is bits that you've always been. What I do is I channel gifts and abilities for healers. I amplify that and activate that into their potential fields around them. I can feel into the flow of their vortex the things that their inner being wants for them, which is peace, love, happiness, harmony, the same stuff that we all want. One of the things that light workers do in correlation to interrelating with each other is that we activate each other. I have been on a credible interdimensional training that was helping me to isolate, fine-tune, and create better understanding over self. This is how I started figuring out what, where, and how to create direct energy flow and thought. Because I have the ability to control and master my thoughts are things, I have the ability to take my things, my thoughts, and direct them with divine love towards my point of focus. That helps activate spiritual gifts and abilities. And it causes a cascade to everything around us. When you start stepping into your authentic true power, that gives license for those around you to start seeing and believing beyond the reality that has been previously conditioned for their viewing. It's a blessing. And it's wonderful. I certainly love what I can do. That being said, I prefer solitude. I've developed a preference for solitude. The world is covered in lies, deceit, and deception. Many of us, starseeds, were put into positions. For most people, are lose-lose positions. They're put into a place that their self-mastery of unconditional love predisposes them to react into certain ways. When you react with love to the best of your abilities at all times, and that you don't even think of it, you don't think of it as a superpower, you don't think of it as a gift, you don't even think of it as rare or unusual, you think of it as common decency. That ability to hold that frequency of divine love, universal love, and that connection to all, we all have that. Some of us have that activated sooner than others. We angels, light workers, people that work with fives, people that are designed to be a force of good. We're all designed to be a force of good. Some of us are listening to that direction better than others. But we have these incredible abilities that are designed one way. They are only designed for betterment of mankind. They cannot be used any other way. If you try and take a gift from the gods and turn it into greed for mankind, it won't work. It's not the correct polarity shift. It's like trying to grow in ground without water, or having fire without a burnable substance. It doesn't happen. Those that are so divinely connected, we are also very divinely protected. And that protection works as a bubble, a perception bubble. Let's think, there's channelers. Somebody pushes aside, puts in a higher being, and starts speaking the truth of the perspectives of higher beings that can see realities that our linear expression may not be aware of. It's obvious their voices change, their behavior change, their mannerisms, how they speak. So you could tell something's going on. Those that are unable to even have room for that, their body, their physical body goes into defense, goes into offense, goes into, I don't want to say lower aspects, but they can be driven to lower aspects. But blindness. You can't perceive. All the angels coming down from the Bible, the first thing they said, don't be frightened. I'm not here to hurt you. We're not here to hurt you. God created us all. And when I say God, Chi, Source, Buddha, space, I don't care what words you put into it. The force of wholeness and peace. And I'm calling it God, goodness. We all have that. We're all connected to that. And that connection to God's source is continuously open for us individually. As we awaken into who we are, our gifts and our abilities, the connection deepens. You can hear, see, sense, perceive, dream, astral project, dream walk, work with guides, work with angels, speak to other dimensions, all that fun stuff, with simple ease. Because you have that in your DNA. You have that crystalline structure, which is a frequency, and you can amplify it. This process of integration that I had experienced brought to awareness a lot of unaware blessings, things I didn't even know that I could do. We all have things that we don't know that you could do. We all have things from our higher self waiting, presents, gifts, waiting for us to come into awareness. And until we are open, we cannot see that awareness. That openness requires a love and a trust of yourself. Not everybody's got that. And when they can't love and trust themselves, and they don't have strength in their own personal abilities and gifts, there's a tendency to smash and pull down what's around them that is shiny and sparkly. Because of that tendency, because of the fear response people have when they see anything of divinity, they get trapped in those illusions. They get marred in their own deception, self-sabotage, and they trip themselves up. Darkness is blind. And then when we realize that we all have been in darkness, experienced darkness, seen it, felt it, we decide that it's time for something different, new awarenesses. So my client, she's processing debris through her body. And give me a moment, honey. The debris, I think of anything that holds you from true divinity within your emotional, mental body, that you physically feel through stagnation, through your physical body, to be debris. Trauma's trauma. And perceived trauma's trauma. Actual trauma's trauma. Different degrees, different levels, different integrations. But it's all a debris field. And if you want to move past the debris field, you have to start reconnecting to divine wisdom. Divine wisdom is coming from both the male aspects of our inner landscape and the female aspects. The male aspects is, are you safe, secure, and supported? Within yourself, when that happens, the divine aspects bring about abundance, harvest, compassion, and flow. They make things work. When you're hurt, you go crying for your mother. It's just one of the ways that we are wired. And that is because the feminine, the internal feminine, the one who walks with compassion, sees with love, and embraces the beauty and the divinity of us all, is what is supported by the male aspects. As this comes into balance in our brains, the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere, the gifts and abilities that are yours start becoming into awareness. You start seeing the healing, the goodness, and your ability to evoke change, internal to external. When you internally no longer allow for certain types of debris in your path of divinity, things will start to harmonize and come into balance again. Oftentimes, when our higher selves are clearing things away for us, it's a little bit like toddlers and tantrums, taking sippy cups and pacifiers and blankets away from the child who doesn't need it. But often we are big, grown-up children that don't know how to self-soothe ourselves. We don't know how to bring ourselves into that internal balance where we're receiving and perceiving the divinity and love from the divine and that support and blessings that come with that. So we respond in fear. And that fear can manifest in deceit, lies, deception. When you stand in truth and your authentic self, around you, people are either going to accept that or they're going to decide that who you are is somehow an offense to who they are. The important thing to remember with that is that you have a right to your own happy, your own joy, and that your gifts and abilities that are yours by divine grace are not for sale. That's why it feels bad and you start getting burned out and their behavior gets more nasty. Because divine gifts are designed to support life. What is dark and blind that does not support life constricts. And the ick just keeps getting louder and louder. There needs to come an internal peace. That internal peace, as you connect more and more with your guides, your spirits, when you start using your gifts and abilities with force, intent, and divine guidance, those debris, both internal and external, move away. Nobody can keep you from what's divinely yours because the universe hands it to you. There is, of course, free choice and free will, but if something is yours by divine, fame, fortune, love, children, prosperity, whatever it is that your higher self and you made the agreement, let's do that this time. It's coming. And no one can step in between that. This is a conversation between you, your DNA, and you, with the power of God holding in between all that. It can make those that wish to feel better or worse by their placement of you in their life. I am stronger, more powerful than her. I am weaker, more powerful than her. I am stronger, more powerful than him. But all this shit, it's because they haven't accepted something. Channeling spiritual gifts and abilities, really cool trick. Trying to compete with that? That's cute. It's really cute. Be yourself. People can't mimic you. They can't hijack it. They can't take it. They can't oppress it. The best that they can possibly do is keep you from seeing it. Your gifts, your abilities, we activate them in each other. As you read books of people you resonate with, as you follow teachers and guides that your soul resonates with, as you follow channelers and you feel it in your body going, yes, 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 you are calibrating and tuning to your own gifts and abilities. You are channeling what is for you and bringing into mastery what you can do. Nothing can stop that. You are an unstoppable force. The divinity within you is an unstoppable force. It's such a force to be reckoned with that the only possible thing they could do to slow the affection of your contagion is to isolate you. And that amplifies your ability to connect with self. It's kind of a win-win. In the moment of disillusion, in the moment of realization, sometimes it feels like you have all the winning cards. Everywhere you go is your abundance. Anywhere you place yourself through divine guidance, the universe serves you. Who wouldn't eat at that dinner table? All of us. All of us eat at that dinner table. Don't let the haters pull you down. Their inability to touch and see and accept their gifts and abilities has nothing to do with you. Someone else's ability to connect to their guides, somebody else's spiritual gifts, has nothing to do with you. But when your heart center connects to their heart center and your higher selves are in agreement, you start passing those codons back and forth. And those that you are around lift up, and you lift up their frequency, or they bring you down. Right now, we're having a chance to reset. Surround yourself with things that support your spiritual gifts and abilities, your path, because that is your path to wellness. And I'm not saying spiritual as in a religion or Sunday or a physical martial art practice or a mental meditation practice or a belief of somebody who can do healing work. When I say spiritual gifts and abilities, I'm saying your own mastery. We have been here. We have done this. We have done all these things. And suddenly new ways are coming in. New ways, new waves, new gifts, new abilities. And those are the most obvious and the youngest of us. Their brains have not had that fear frequency that we're pushing out of Earth, pushing out of ourselves, and changing that frequency, that affects Earth. It affects her grid, and it affects how we're connected, and that Earth's grid's able, I'm saying Earth's grid, although Earth has been prepared for this for a very long time, but in our moment of now, I'm using it this direction. Earth's grid is now able to support who and what we are. That ability to support came from a collective cry of home. We're all reaching for spiritual alignment, all of us. Even those that doesn't seem like they are, even those that are fear-mongering and oppressing and deceiving. They're a part of this too. Truth does not require defending. Your authentic self can't be hijacked or mimicked. Who you are is there for the world to see who can perceive you. Those who cannot see you, your presence is wasted on them. Sometimes that's a really sad, sad truth. To stand there looking at people that you are deeply connected with, realizing that what you have to bring to the table is yours and yours alone. And you place your plate wherever the fuck you want to sit. You're your own being. You have choice. You are a God creator with your own divinity in you. And when you are in your alignment, everywhere you go blossoms and grows and expands. The gifts and abilities that I channel for others, they're always there. They don't need me. I just amplify what is there. I'm going to bring down some language. And this language is to help let go of blocks in perception. Some of the things that we can't see, that we're unable to accept within ourselves, they're right there. We just haven't perceived it before. My client, whose innate self is starting to speak clearer, louder, and cleaner, it's all her. From a linear view, it might look like I had something to do with it. But I know from the heart in the sky perception of source, I know that we met right when we were supposed to meet in complete divine timing, because she was ready for those gifts and abilities to be online. She's ready for another pearl, as her guides put it. So, my dear, I'm going to bring down that pearl. Bien, oh. Sometimes, if somebody's abilities haven't been activated in this lifetime, or if they're being blocked by a traumatic death, it can be difficult for the light worker to reach it. So, as I'm keying into her and her guides, I am feeling incredible fear. Like my legs are shaking, my back is tightening up, my whole left side is feeling numbish. It's not me, it's not mine, it's not even hers. It's fear programming. When you're aware of that, it affects your body less. But it helps to know that, because we all process energy. How you perceive and feel it in your body will be unique to you. But there's usually similarities. All right. I'm going to ground that fear. Actually, first I'm going to talk to it. See, fear is welcomed. Fear is evolutionary space, sacred space for humanity on a collective level. Show me the fear. Okay. Rigid. Her fear, this came in sideways, peace is hiding under it. This came in sideways. This tells me the way that it fell, the way the cards fell, and the way that I have developed an understanding with this deck and other decks. That fear is rigid. She's locked into place. Sometimes if we are stuck, we only respond a certain way. Usually that's a deep buried fear program, and we're sensitive, very sensitive, except for it's not going to come back as fear. It's going to come back as, instead of sitting down, I'm going to get up and go clean my house. I'm going to go, we want to get up and leave, or we want our mind to go elsewhere, or we figure that we can't do it, or we're not supposed to. We start interjecting messages, starting putting logic to an emotional frequency. This emotional frequency, I know exactly what it is. It's ancestral debris. Feel the fear. Greet it as a friend. Thank it for its presence in your life and the lives of all around you. Accept it and let it know that at this moment, it's not needed. Send it to the ground. 3309. Okay, this pattern we're going to start from the ground. It needs earth. Pulling energy up. Feel in the emotional awareness of stability, security, and comfort. Watch that fear program. Watch it drift away. Say goodbye. Say farewell. Be thankful for its time. In your awareness. Now, let's bring in the support. Support from the heavens. And like a golden shell, Let that support trail around you. That frequency of fear, it's small, cold, and blue in that golden field. Let that small, cold, blue, icy feeling drift into the ground and be swept away. Through your heart connections, feel that golden egg. And we're going to spin it. We're going to disperse debris that is not of yours. Into the ground. Now we're going to bring in the wind, and we're going to harden that golden shell so it's semi-permeable. It lets in divine wisdom, divine light, and guidance. It allows clarity to a center of self. There's our nines. Bring that into the ground. And we're going to anchor that. I'm going to put an internal spin to that external spin. This is going to cause things being projected at you, ick, skunk piss, to be deflected, and the intent and the intention to be sent back to the center. Send it through them into the ground, because Mother Earth accepts all things, and at our highest point we are one. I'm breaking the connections between sender and you. Sever that contract. That space now is being held. Let it out. Now, I'm going to anchor that protective shell. Whew. Okay. I'm going to leave that one open also. When you send intent and energy back, this one took a while for me to do. At first, I accept and loved unconditionally and felt such forgiveness and love and compassion within myself. I would see that manifest externally in beautiful ways of connection and abundance and joy and beauty. Except for I kept getting more and more tired, more and more exhausted. I was bleeding into the ground. Snake bite wounds. And yet I kept doing it. I didn't feel comfortable sending back the shit directed at me. You know, as children, we're forced to accept it, but as adults, you can choose to where to set your plate. It's beautiful. I started sending it back when people's gifts and abilities that they did not have complete mastery over, they were interfering with my sleep and my own cycles. Not knowing how strong and powerful they themselves were, and feeling ineffective in forcing change on my behavior, caused a tug of energy. And it wasn't worth the penny for me. Yes, I can forgive. Yes, I can overlook. I can even look at you, smile, know that you stabbed me in the back, betrayed me, and look at you with love and compassion. Many, 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 many light workers, star seeds can. It's not even a gift. I mean, it is a gift, but like everybody gets it. It's not a unique gift. It's standard issue gift. It's mastery over unconditional love. It's not hard. What was hard for me was weaning people off my energetic body, because people think it's okay to just take, especially when they don't even know what they're taking. Resources. When you are drained, when the things that you put into your doingness cause so much fatigue, there's a drain on your energetic body, and your higher self is bringing your awareness to it. Continue forgiveness. Help strengthen your abilities and your gifts. Doesn't do much for your growth. Not your external growth. That requires trust. For me, it's easier to trust my guides than many of the external people in my environment. Why? Because the guides are aware of what, where, why. Not, they're seeing the big picture. And the frequencies I tune into are unified. So I see, feel, and sense the bigger picture at all times. Continuously. From birth. The person that I primarily wish to channel this in for had a very traumatic, soul-scarring experiences that brought her to her moment of now. Part of what I do is remove the debris field from the lifetimes, the death that's on a water. There's spiritual awareness in water, somatic memory. Oftentimes that's where it gets stuck, is how we died, how we were crucified, how we were betrayed, how we were turned on. And as we go through those energetic variations, oftentimes they have a 3D manifestation to them. And we both feel, see, sense, and experience that. That's why the deaths of light workers were so horrific. Pure energy from a clear heart source, it crumbles nations and restores balance. Step into who you are. Remember who you are. Connect with those that help you embody your authentic, true self. And those unwilling or unable are still helping, whether they realize it or not. So you can smile, walk away, and find your peace.